I knew a vampire who became a poet. He went from bat to verse. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Greetings to those who enjoy bits of terror in their life. You may refer to me as Marius. Marius is not my true name, but a name I obtained when I had truly discovered my new identity. I write this here to make a number of confessions, and to bring various truths to light. While I know I am not like many people, there is a number out there like me who would probably be upset that I am revealing this information in such a public forum. I pray that my actions do not bring about dark consequences. The biggest confession of all I must make is that I am what you may call a vampire. We go by various names and synonyms, but for the sake of simplicity, I will refer to us like vampires. While the legend of our kind has been playing around and messed with over the centuries, we too have endured the trial of time. Oh yes, we are immortal creatures, abandoned by God. The reason you humans die is because of the events in Eden, but you have a chance at salvation. When we die, there will be nothing. No paradise, no fire, just black. In order for us to continue our lifestyle, we drink the blood of humans. It is not so much the blood that we are after, the taste is rather bitter at times, but the life force that is embedded in it. It functions in many ways, most of which are unknown to every vampire. To discover this, you must experiment a little and test your limits. One reason we drink is that the life force helps feed into our lives. When we drink your blood, we take days, weeks, even years away from that human's lifespan so that we can continue our lives. Another reason is to maintain the appearance that we forever wear ever since the moment we pass on into our next life. The sun, the symbol of the one who damned us, is our biggest weakness. No, we do not burn up, but our powers are weakened. As well, the life force we obtain drains with greater haste than normal. There are many of us who choose to live in a day, live inconspicuous lives. That is one way for us to survive in an ever-changing world. To turn into one of us is to make a contract, not with the devil, but with our own self. Can you truly take the life energy of another being, something you once were, in order to lengthen your own? The transformation process is simple enough that it sometimes can happen by accident. That's what happened to me. Whether done purposefully or due to the laziness of a vampire, they can transfer their own life force into you before stealing yours. This can be done simply with a kiss. I am sure that's what happened to me. A night out during the 17th century in my early 20s. Falling in love with a woman I had only just met. A long, intoxicating kiss, maybe a bit more. And then she bit into me. This is all speculation because I do not remember my past life. I woke up in a dark room the next day, and when I went to look at the sun, I became sick. It didn't take me long to discover exactly what I was. The first several months, I grieved and went into hiding. Before the start of the American Revolution, I took a boat and left the country. I didn't give a damn where I was going. On the boat, I ran into another of my kind, which I didn't expect. She had the look of a 15-year-old girl, her hair black, and her clothes tattered. She introduced herself as Elizabeth. She could tell what I was because I always cowered when any room had any kind of light. During our first discussion, she said that she had been around since the 13th century. Elizabeth aided me on that trip across the sea to Europe. She taught me the basics and became my friend. She asked me for my name, but I couldn't answer. She told me that I would have to pick my name for my new life, to pick one that comes to me as something that could only be me. That name would come to me several decades later. For simplicity's sake, We lived together. In public, we were seen as cousins. It was lucky that the two of us looked close enough to be distantly related and not be questioned about it. In our secrecy, and known to those who were also vampires, we gradually fell in love. Elizabeth has made me happy for nearly 3 centuries now. During our time in Europe, we witnessed great changes in the world. I had grown a love for literature. The stories of Dickens and Shelley delighted both me and Elizabeth to no end. My favorite has to be a book by Victor Hugo, who I did have a chance to meet before his death. The book is Les Miserables. In my meeting with Hugo, I could tell he was not too long for this world, but I did not wish to change him to what I had become. Some people have gained the right to have freedom. In Les Miserables, I gained the name of Marius, a romantic who has strong passions. My passion for literature as well as for Elizabeth was what kept me happy over the decades. Our relationship wasn't ideal or perfect. There were times where I had to stay away from her because of how we appeared in our stages in life, but it was our life. The two of us stayed in Europe, wearing different aliases, until the eve of Germany taking France in World War II. We went back to my birthplace, America. We have settled down in the middle of the country, hidden within a mountain town. Here, there are very few humans, but many who are like me and Elizabeth. Since then, we have lived in hiding from the few humans who live within our community. But I have had enough. The time has come for a change. For my namesake, it is time for a revolution. You, humans, have ruled the world ever since creation simply because God deemed you to be such. In reality, you are no different than the dogs you domesticate or the tigers in the wild. You are uncontrollable, and you must learn your place. Slowly, it has started all around you. Little by little, people are taken away from their families, from their lives, just like I was. This is the first stage of our plan. Some of these few will be recruited to be one of us, those who we deem to have a strong life force. Others will be food stock. And then, there are those who we will control. The controlled will help move the world in a direction where we can come out of hiding and be who we really are. Eventually, we will be the rulers of this new society. We have gained this right out of the suffering we have gone through because of the human race. Except for a few beautiful souls that have been placed in the history books, every human is a dirty creature, unworthy of the world that they have obtained. It is time for us to have our chance to have our way. We want to be asking very soon, in time. We will take what is rightfully ours. In the natural progress of time, it is time that we gain our freedom and our paradise. You will not be hunted to extinction. Not only are you humans our food supply, but you are also entertaining at times. It will not be a balanced existence, but it will be something that will become tolerable for you over time. You will learn to know your place, and in time, you will know nothing of the world as it is today. Do not mistake these words as warming in order to help you. This is not an act of kindness or fairness. In the end, there is no way for you to stop all of us. While you humans do outnumber us, we are still far superior creatures. Wild lions would be rulers of the world if they had the same sense of consciousness as humans. Unlucky for you, we were once humans. Our strengths greatly outmatch those of any creature in this world. I tell you this simply to give you a head start, to start planning your pitiful retaliation against us. It's no fun to attack your prey when they are not ready to fight. I want the best forces to come forth and give us everything you have. Then, I will laugh as you watch your flawless plans crumble as the world changes before your very eyes. As I said, you humans are very entertaining.